I was called into Susan's office, and I sat down in the chair as Susan sat across from me, and was asking me rather random questions. The gunman came up to me on my right side and pricked my right hand with a small circular needle. It looked like a little yellow Smartie with a needle on the end. My body began to become immobilized. My body became stiff and I was unable to move. The gunman began to pat me down. He looked in my leather jacket, felt my legs, and knocked off my shoes. He took out my wallet and helped himself to all my bills, around $100. He found nothing on me, naturally. He was clearly looking for a gun. I wonder what would have caused him to think that I was armed. He then punched me in the right side of the back of my head. The gunman looked at Susan, and Susan at him. The man shrugged to indicate that nothing was found. Defenseless as I was in this state, the man came up to me on my right side and began squeezing exceedingly hard on my right artery in my neck. I was going in and out of consciousness as the room would disappear and reappear. The gunman, Justin, and Susan began their ferocious assault on me. I was knocked out of the chair and was thrown to the ground. I was punched, kicked, and brutally assaulted by these probation officers. Susan said, "86 me. I know what that means." The gunman placed a butterfly knife in my hand and took a photograph of me on the ground with it. I was set up. After the photo op, I was repositioned in the chair. The gunman and Justin went to work on me. They gave me a haircut in Susan's office. I had a wooden paddle placed into my mouth, and I was beaten in the right side of my head by the gunman with a hammer. As Susan Stapleton watched from her desk, I could hear my skull crack as the gunman beat me in the upper right side of my head with the hammer. I had a machine hooked up to me to read my heart rate. I was then injected with a substance that loosened my body. I had extreme fatigue. The SN hospital transfer van guys were there assisting in this. I had all of my clothing stripped and I was placed naked into a body bag. I thought this was it, as I was carried out of the north level 2 fire exit into an awaiting SN hospital transfer van. I thought I was going to be thrown into the Fraser River. I was slipping in and out of consciousness as I was attempting to open the bag from the inside. Just lifting my arm in order to pick at the zipper was exhausting. With determination and a prayer, the zipper was becoming undone. I was able to see the inside of the hospital transfer van. I passed out before I could attempt to move. Eventually I came to. I was given an adrenaline rush and was able to climb out of the body bag. I sat on the driver's side in the rear as there was a bench to sit at. I contemplated about killing the driver and the boy that kidnapped me. I decided against it for the time being. Fortunately, both occupants had headphones on and didn't notice me. The van began to slow, so I positioned myself at the rear door. I unlocked the rear door by sliding the black slider to the open position. I opened the door as the vehicle was still in motion and awaited for the vehicle to slow. The vehicle stopped at a traffic light and I made my escape. I closed the rear door, but it didn't click into position. I noticed it, but I was more concerned about making my way away from the vehicle. As I was walking